development. You remember when I spoke about how this walkway outside Mama Lucy had been blocked by whoever had blocked it and wired it off. The blockage is off. Somebody who has the right capacity of mind did what is necessary and removed the blockage. Can you see the number of people who are passing here? And it's not only the patients, it's everybody. Even the people coming to see the patients, even the people who live in this neighborhood. People are now passing, it's free, and this is the way it should be. Congratulations to the administration of Mama Lucy, whoever it is who came up with the idea of making sure that this pathway is now made clear and free as it should be. And we appreciate it very much, and I must say that we give thanks that you've enabled this. We appreciate it very much, and we hope that whenever you see such things happening to public places, you can be able to highlight it. I'm so pleased to see this. It's my usual visit for my HIV clinic, and this is the first thing that I wanted to come and check on, and I've checked because the last time I came it was still blocked, and I'm so happy for it because this ensures security and safety for both the people and also convenience for the people as it was intended, for both the people coming to the hospital and those who coming to see their patients and those walking past the hospital. I appreciate so much. So let me go in for my clinic and we'll talk later. I'm done with my clinic. I've received my ARVs. The stock that I have now is going to last me up to March next year. So I'm heading home. I also had HIV testing. This is for women to check for cancer. I think when you're over 50 or something. So I'm also going to recommend to some of my friends because this was the most painless and event-free session that I've ever had. And I like the way the person was so gentle and they enlightened me what it is that they are doing. So I'm going to recommend to some of my friends. But this is only, you can only recommend to people who are HIV positive because here they don't do free screening for people who are negative. So yeah, I'm glad that was a visit that went well. Ouch. So I'm going to go and visit some of my relatives now. And at the same time, whenever I come this side, it's a long walk. It's about a 30-minute walk to where my relatives are. I'm just going to go shopping because there are so many vendors around the hospital selling good things. I mean stuff that I might not be able to get where I am, or I might not have another opportunity to get, although I'm not going to buy anything today because I'm short on funds. But I'm still, we say that kuangalia ni bure, looking is free. I might as well check, and the day that I have some money I can come back and get. I'm a habitual shopper, if you can call it that, and that is just for shopping with the eyes, not buying all the time. But earlier on I came, I found a woman who was so insistent that because I didn't buy, she went saying some words, so I'm not even going to pass where she is. Let me just move on and go checking other places because I don't like sellers who become like you owe it to them to buy something if you look at their products. The nurseries here, the tree nurseries, I like them. They have such a big variety of crops and trees and plants and everything. Let me turn and you see some. So beautiful. And a lot of times I come to buy my tree seedlings here, my plants, and it's much cheaper here. You see, like indoor plants at 50 shillings. You can see the variety. I really, really love, and the fact that they have varieties of plants which are a bit grown, not just very young seedlings, which are going to take you years for them to develop to the next level. I prefer when seedlings are this much bigger, so that once I take them, because our soil is so hardy in Ruai, you're going to get so much problems waiting for the crops to grow a bit. I haven't checked my rose flower recently. I can see they have pink. Wow, the flower vases are beautiful. Naangalia, wacha nikutangaze, siku nyingine nitakuja kununua. You can see that they are so beautiful. Such a beautiful array. This is so artistic and nice. So if you're around Mama Lucy Hospital, you can come and support them to buy. Look at that. Even the display is so well done. That's somebody who is very keen about their business. Oh, this is so impressive. Young people, when you're talking about not having something to do, look at this. These are young people doing very good jobs. This is very impressive. I mean, this is something that now that we are working on developing on our home, these are the sort of things that we can very easily come here and just spend a day doing nothing but purchasing pots, flower pots, plus the flowers. And you can see the selection they have is very well. Very nice, very beautiful. You don't have to go all the way across town to the posher areas of Nairobi to be able to get quality. You can get it right here, right at home. I really love this, and this is why I tell you that I like walking to go, and when I come from anywhere, I like to spend some time walking, because if I wasn't walking, I wouldn't be able to see all this. I wouldn't be able to find this variety. I wouldn't be able to know that the day I have money, I can come somewhere else except go to maybe Ngong Road or other places which are more expensive. That just right, not very far from home, I can come and get a variety of crops and plants. And what is even more impressive is the fact that a lot of the people who are doing this business are young people. Some of them, of course, under guidance of one older adult, but the majority of them are just young people doing a very commendable job. And like I said, this is near Mama Lucy Hospital. As you come out of the hospital and walking towards Komarok, this is where you find these florists who have tree nurseries. I need another shade tree, and I need a size like that. You can see this one here, that one. So I'll probably come for this sometime soon. So we'll talk to you in a bit. Let me continue walking. I forgot to tell you, the young man at the clinic, because they have to get your details for the next visit, your age and other statistics. When I told him I was 60, he was like, oh my goodness, you look 43. And I felt so flattered because he was as honest as it can be. I've been not saying that I look 20 or something, and yeah, that's just something to note about. And I was so happy that I look like a 43-year-old. That's nice and respectful, of course, but I loved it so much. That was the most different and genuine and heartwarming compliment I've received today. Actually, most of the people who work in the section for HIV review and testing at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital are such a good lot. Most of them are young, and I've never had problems with them. And although the hospital is riddled with so much controversy, so many scandals, that's one department that I can say for sure you will not find any of the things that we so commonly hear about. They are so dedicated to their work. They go beyond the call of duty. Most of them are very safe spaces. Their interaction with clients is so good. Their mannerisms on the phone when they have to contact you by phone, they are so courteous. Like, they are so professional, and I like the unity that they have together. And many times you go and find people who've come on, what do you call it? They're still in training. I think it's in training or whatever it is that you call it, doing service while still students. And they come and catch on the mood of the nurses and doctors who work in the section. And they behave just as politely, as kindly, as courteously as possible. And even the personnel who are in charge of counseling, I mean, I haven't seen a better team anywhere so far, and I've been to many hospitals, but that's one hospital that I look sometimes at some of the scandals that are going on, and I know that even they themselves, they probably get affected by it because they can see it, but they've probably dedicated themselves in that department that they shall never be part of the mark that happens in that hospital sometimes. So I'm grateful. It gives you a sense of relief, of happiness, of joy when you go for your HIV clinic and then you find such a pleasant and welcoming lot. It eases your burden of whether you're going through problems or not. Sometimes I see people who've been brought there who have retrogressed so much in their health, but the way they handle them is so gentle, is so polite, is so nice, is so understanding. I've never actually seen them talk down or talk bad to any patient who came there. If anything, the people who have seen them being very harsh with are relatives who bring people sometimes, and they're lecturing because they're asking, why did you let it stay on for so long without seeking medical attention for these people? Because of course we all know that what happens is that because of the stigma behind HIV, when people get sick at home, families are already ashamed. They start feeling the person is a burden. Probably they've lost not only their health, but they've also lost their jobs, they've lost their earnings. And so when they come home, they are kept in the house and people sort of have a repressed anger and they don't take care of them. And they let it go on to the point where they are now afraid the person might die in their hands. And then they bring them eventually to hospital. And usually up to that point, people have complications like TB, which is also endangering the other people in the house. And why it's needful, it's very important, it's very crucial to get tested for HIV. And when people are unwell and they have a cough and they are losing weight and they are showing any signs whatsoever, take them to a hospital. Have a medical profession look at them, and if at all they come for checkup and they find that there's a possibility they might have HIV, they might be HIV positive, then it's not a death sentence. It just means they can start on medication, but don't let it go to the point where somebody is so weak by the time they come to hospital they cannot walk. People should talk more about living positively with HIV, encourage people to go for testing, and especially youth. When you've come from a holiday like this and you know that you've done some things, you've been around with people, you've not used protection all the time, or sometimes you're not sure if after drinking so much something that might have happened, because people are getting drunk nowadays. Sometimes people are getting so drunk to the point that you get abused and you're not aware of. Go for a medical check. Starting on medication is very good. Once you start on your medication, you get the proper kind of treatment, and then you put on medication, you're going to lead a normal life like anybody. For 10, 20 people are living with HIV positively. They are marrying, having children. There are safe ways to do everything now. And it's also safe because when you meet a partner, then you can have disclosure at an early stage, and you can find how to live together with them in harmony and also safeguarding one another. So kudos, a lot of kudos to all the team that are in charge of the HIV department for testing and care at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital. You give us a lot of peace of mind. I'm proud to be associated with you, and I'm sure that all the staff also, whenever they hear the scandals going on in their hospital, they feel bad about it, because they've made a commitment that the department is going to stay strong, is going to stay up, is going to stay scandal free, is going to give the best care, and is always going to be on top of things where patients and clients are involved. So we'll talk to you in a while. I'm walking through Komarok, getting to Infill B Estate. So this is where we have our family home, and I only come here once in a while, of course, to visit relatives who still live here. And one thing I can tell you, that you remember I told you that we normally have in Kenya what we call a base, for where young men who don't have work or who are looking for temporary work can stay. This is the one place so far I've been to in Nairobi where I've seen the biggest number of people who are sitting idle. So somebody has just alerted me because I was on the side where I was holding the phone near the road, and they told me that border riders can come and grab it off. So I've taken caution. I think I'm used to being in Ruai, where I'm always very aware of my surrounding and what can happen. So what I was saying is that this place, Komarok, in general, because I'm normally around it, not just in Infill and Phase 1, but most of them, there's a lot of idle youth all over. And those of you who stay here can bear witness to me. And something needs to be done. As much as we know, yes, the government is not doing stuff, but philanthropists and the people who are trying very much to help communities, to help women, and to help the youth in general. I think focus should be made more on creating large-scale enterprises that can employ many people, setting up factories, setting up hubs, just stuff that can keep a lot of youth occupied in a place. Of course, I can't call on our elected leaders because they've proved to be one of the most useless lot of people being paid through the public coffers. But I'm calling on individuals, philanthropists, individuals, people who've made money in a lot of in manufacturing industry, and also probably corporations that are able to create hubs that can employ many people. To save on cost, you can create small hubs for mass manufacturing or for mass creativity, and then put them around estates where people, if youth need to work, then they don't have to spend a lot of money either on fare or housing or anything. They can work within their localities. So I can see that it's the same that is happening everywhere I go. Pocketfuls of youth sitting together, huddled together, waiting for the next meal to go home, or spend the day outdoors and just feel that they did something but not sit at home, and then the day is gone. And they cannot think beyond where they are living. Their minds can't be open a lot. But if we had, like, for example, free Wi-Fi hotspots, if more of them were done, there would be more creativity. People would find out things to do through connectivity online and getting ideas and Googling for ideas. So again, a call to individuals who are capable and investors and philanthropists to think more about the youth. And this is just an example. Komarok is just an example of one of many places, but this is repeated across the country, indeed across Nairobi in estates. And it's very sad when we see now politicians that the only useful thing they can think of is getting youth to dig the streets, to clean the streets, or to act as goons. We must change the narrative, and the change begins with you and me. So I hope to be able to talk about something different that is being done not only here in Komarok but other parts of Nairobi, where youth are being engaged on a large scale and their creativity, their energy, and their potential is being utilized to the fullest. So we'll talk to you later. So this is inside the estate, infill B, Komarok phase 1, yeah. And you can see when development comes, these were estates that were built by the Housing Corporation, Kenya, Housing Corporation of Kenya, is it called that? Yeah, when government still had power. Right now the scam that is the housing projects, and I don't know what project. That is just that. But when people, these are the homes that people need, family homes where children are able to play, either mansions or maisonettes, and which are affordable and which are being paid through the government and or private entities. When we had parastatals, now that we don't have, you just have to pray to your God or find a private investor in order to be able to get a home through a private arrangement, and you're not scammed, because now government, you can also only trust it to a limit. So yeah, these are the old estates, and they're very nice. There's Buruburu, there's Komarok, very neatly arranged, very well planned, and all amenities still working to the fullest. So viewers, I'm at home, I've arrived. You remember Komarok I was showing you? It's a very well developed estate. This is what we pray for Ruai to happen sometime. I mean, if we imagine this estate was here 20 years ago, and Ruai we still even don't have tarmac road, let alone anything. But now I'm at home. This is home. I've now brought you home. You remember Max? My kid brother, you remember when did you meet him? At Vicky's wedding. Yeah. You remember the Koito I showed you? I was with him together with the young boy. Remember with Brian? We were with Brian. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, when we took the photograph, so most of you remember him. Bradley, yeah, and Bradley. After kwa hiyo photo, it was just the three of us. Yeah, so that's Max. We call him Max, but he's called James. He's the comedian of the family and everybody's favorite uncle. He's just a jovial fellow. And I'll give you his shenanigans some other time. And then here we have Mzee. You've not met my dad. That's Mr. John Abondi. Dad, say hi to people.
Hello viewers. I'm very, very happy to join my first daughter and first child of the family to say hello to you and wish you the very best of the day.
Okay, he's not a YouTuber, so whenever we have visitors, they're like, "Hey, maneno ya camera." But yeah, that's my dad, and this is home. So today I came to introduce you to my family. I've finished with the clinic, and I've shown you Komarok. So I told you that I was not able to get through my sister, so I'm going to visit her to see her place. You remember, I showed her in the video when we were with the young baby for the month, and then so we've walked around with her for so long. You've seen her on YouTube. So thank you. Please remember to keep on subscribing, and remember to leave the comments below and tell me what you think about Komarok Estate. This is what we are wishing for, why that it may get to that level, and I'm hoping that we are going to walk the rest of the day. If I cut short at any point, just know that it's my battery that has gone down, but keep it here. We'll talk to you in a while. Hello. So I got lucky. I managed to find my sis at home. I told you that I wasn't sure I was going to pass. I feel so bad when I'm broke. Imagine not coming with bread, but I ended up coming. What I told you is that I know it doesn't matter with family. When you visit, you visited, and they know that the day you have, you're going to bring. So luckily I came. I've been served my favorite cabbage. For those of you who are Ugandans, chigere, pig's feet. Oh my goodness. I've been given such a treat. I'm even feeling guilty. So I've had my meal for today. It's even sufficient for 2 meals. I'm so happy. I found her. Linda, of course, you met her in the video.
Yes.
Say hi to subscribers.
Hi, Josephine subscribers. It's been a minute. I'm glad to be with my sister. Nilikuwa nimemiss. Amenipiga surprise. And if you can remember this baby of his in most of her channels, mmemwona. So kindly continue subscribing to her channel, viewing her channel, and nawapenda sana tena sana.
So how blessed I am. So thank you. We'll continue walking. I came, at least I found her, so it wasn't an empty walk, and we'll continue to walk. And please remember at least to like and subscribe to support this channel. Thank you so much. So we'll still walk with you. I'll see you in a minute. and look how bright the sun is shining. Let me show you. Look at that. That's beautiful. And then on the other side we've got the moon shining. Well, not shining, but very visible in the air. Let me show you. So it's been a successful day, it's been a good day. I spent most of it with family. Just coming back, it's early evening now. I got a connecting matatu to come back home. And I'm just going to go and rest because I'm very well fed. Full enough for today. I've had I can't even call it 2 full meals because everywhere I got received so well. So I'm done with eating for the day. I'll probably just have some hot chocolate because it's getting a bit chilly, but I'm going to thank God for this day and thank God for what it was. Right now the traffic is very busy because people are coming off work, children who go to day school, teachers, people coming from their offices are getting home right now. So I'm going to rush a bit. Thank you for staying and taking this day with me. Until the next one, please keep it here at this Wandia_KE. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Please subscribe to the channel, like, comment and share. And so from Ruai in Nairobi of magical Kenya, it's bye bye.